So what's next for me? Am I going to Disney World? Went there. Hi friends, I am Sarah, also known as Budget Girl here on the internet, and today I'm going to talk about me. I'm actually going to talk today about my next big money goals. Now, if you are brand new to the Budget Girl community, hi, I am thrilled you are here. Welcome to the party. Let's do this. And if you have been here for a while, then you're used to this. So I've been cataloging my journey, my financial journey on the internet for over 6 years. I started with $33,000 in student loan debt, and I actually paid that off every single week, making $26,000 a year and side hustling and selling things and trying everything under the wind, from secret shopping to dog training, to get out of that debt. I moved twice, taking 2 higher paying jobs, including one to the very outback of Arkansas. That was interesting. And currently I am debt free. I just bought my first home, a duplex, which I am house hacking, and I am well on my way to being a millionaire. When I retire, definitely, if not before. So I have done these videos over the years talking about my next big money goal, and I find it motivating, and I know sometimes you guys find this motivating. Personally, I like having something to shoot for and the accountability of other people knowing that I'm going after that. So before we even get into this video, go ahead and go comment down below a big money goal of yours, whether that is debt freedom, whether that is paying off your house, whatever it is. Let's go ahead and share this together, because I don't want this video to just be about me. Even though it is about my money goals, I want this to be a marker for you to say, this is what I'm working for, because it's a lot easier to shoot for one thing and to just keep going for it than it is to just kind of like wander around and hope you get somewhere better. So I will link the other videos kind of in this playlist that I've been making over this past 6 years without knowing it, of my big money goals. The first one was getting out of student loan debt. That took me 3 years. That was a long-term money goal. And then I had a positive net worth, and then I saved up a $10,000 emergency fund. And then I saved up a house fund, and then I bought a house. And now a lot of you guys want to know what's next. Here are 5 things that I'm shooting for, short to long term. Let's get into it. Okay, so number 1, the next big money goal that I'm shooting for is a $10,000 home emergency fund. Now, I already have a emergency fund, a personal emergency fund of 10 grand, which will float me for several months in case just anything horrible happens. I get hospitalized, I lose my job, something bad, because eventually something bad is going to happen. That's not a pessimistic view. That is a realistic view. Welcome to 2020. So I have that, and I don't ever want to touch it. So I also have this new real estate investment that some of you guys might have seen, my duplex that I purchased. And eventually that is going to be 2 rental properties. Right now I live in one, and I'm doing something called house hacking, where essentially I rent out part of the home that I own to pay off the mortgage and to lower my housing costs as much as possible. It is wonderful. I love it. It blew my mind, that whole concept. So I actually only pay $150 a month towards my housing costs for my $1,700 a month mortgage. Other people pay the rest. That's equity in my pocket. Awesome. And let me know if you want a in-depth video on that. I'd be happy to go into it. And I'll also link my house videos, including the renovation series I did, Duplex Diaries, down below. Because I'm now owning real estate, I'm now worried for my investment. And I want to save up a $10,000 house emergency fund in case the house needs a new roof, a new AC system, something bad happens to the house. So I want that to be separate from my personal emergency fund. That way, in case 2 things go bad at once, I don't have to dig into like my personal safety reserves to fix the house. It's a responsible thing to do as a homeowner to have that sort of backup there, and it's especially a responsible thing to do as someone who wants to manage multiple rental properties. That should be done mid 2021, if not sooner. We'll see. Working on it. My next big money goal is I want to hit $100,000 net worth, which is very exciting. I actually hit $75,000 net worth this past month, and I wasn't really tracking it prior to that. It just kind of happened. I'm a natural saver after being in debt. I want that safety of that money there, and I save and invest 40% of my income. I will link a video I did on that down below, and I want to have $100,000 net to my name. Now, obviously I own a home now, I have a mortgage on that, so I'm not completely debt free anymore, but that is going to be an income generating rental property. So I want to own $100,000 assets minus liabilities, which is how you calculate your net worth. If you are interested in calculating your net worth, I have a video and a tracker, a net worth tracker, where you can actually plug in all your numbers and see not only your net worth, but how much it has grown over the month and the year. And that is in my Etsy shop. It is really cool. I love it. I worked on it for a year to get all the bugs out, and people over there love it. So I think you will too, and you should check it out. It's cheap. It's less than $10. Oh, you can also use the code F2020 for 15% off anything in my Etsy shop through January 1, 2021. So after I hit my $100,000 net worth, which hopefully will be sometime in 2021, that would be great. Gaining 25 grand in net worth over the course of a year would be really, really cool. I'm not huge income, by the way. Some of you guys who are new here might not realize this. I started off making $26,000 a year. I currently make $50,000 a year, which is wonderful, and it's more than I actively need, but I have never been one of these like high income earners who can just throw huge amounts of money at things. I am like a slow and steady little chunk of paycheck person, and I'm still getting to my goals and beyond. Honestly, way beyond what I dreamed. My original projections for debt payoff would have been around now, like 6 years. But once you get started on a debt payoff plan, and if you go really hard on it, things move faster than you expect, which is the most wonderful thing about really hardcore focus at a goal. Things go so much faster than you'd expect because you're working on it. So after, or maybe within the same time frame of that, my next thing that I want to buy, I guess, is a travel trailer or a tiny house or something small where people can sleep in, because I want an Airbnb. I've mentioned this before on my channel. I'm a little obsessed with kind of tiny living. I would never want to do it full time, never. But I love the whole escape aspect. I love the short-term rental market. I think that's very cool, and I love how popular travel trailers and like Airstreams and little mobile, potentially homes are. I watch all the shows, I do all the things, and I've been obsessed for years, long before quarantine. And I really would love to purchase one of those and make it into an Airbnb, so that not only would I have a place where I could kind of go and be a little like vacation spot, but I could, if friends or family come visit, I could put them in it, and I could also use that as another stream of income, as a short-term rental, listing it on Airbnb or Rover or something like that. I would like to be able to purchase this thing in cash and then renovate it. I believe that I would be pretty good at renovating cosmetic stuff. I'm not gonna strip something down to the bones and rebuild it. That is outside of my skill set. And I don't know if I necessarily want to make that kind of investment, but I think I can make something that's ugly cute. This, if you didn't know, is wrapping paper. I have some skills. Not all of them are monetizable. So yeah, I would really, really love to do that. It's also kind of a way to do another form of real estate investing with a smaller amount of money. Because once again, not a huge income that I'm working with here. But I think that would be really fun, and it's been a long-term goal of mine for a while. I just really want to do it. I dream about this stuff at night. Next big money goal, number 4, save for another house. Now, as I mentioned, I'm in a duplex right now. Eventually the plan is for this to become 2 rental properties for me. If rented out at market rate, this will net me $500 to $700 per month after all the expenses, which is amazing. The next place I move might be another duplex. It might be a quad. I want to own more property. I think owning property is really fun. Some days it's not so fun, but I love it as a wealth building tool, and I love the the firm assets in my pocket of this is something that I own and I can use it to make money. It's a little bit more tangible than like index funds and stocks and some of the other stuff that you don't really know whether it's going to go up or down. Real estate over the entire history of America has gone up. So overall, yes, there are dips, but it goes up in value. Generally a good investment. I'm not going to get into all of that right now. Obviously, it can be a very bad investment for people who cannot afford it, but the way I am doing it, I am trying to be as safe as possible with it because I'm a very safety-minded person, if you couldn't tell. Yes, the next house. I haven't decided what it's going to be yet. It's going to depend on what is available in my area, how much I want to save for it. I don't know what type of loan I'm going to get for it. I just don't know. I am open to the universe, and I will figure out that it is the place after I do like a year's worth of research and just know in my heart that it is the place. That's the way I felt about the duplex that I just purchased, and I love it. It's been absolutely wonderful. Yeah, maybe by that point I might just want to buy like a single family home and then rent that out eventually. I'm just not sure. Not sure yet. I don't know how people are sure. Or I might want a quad. A quad could be cool. I have gotten very used to 3 bedrooms, so that's kind of nice. Jacob and I each have our own little offices. Oh, that's nice. I've never heard of a 3-bedroom quad. Back on track. Okay. And my final big next money goal is to become a millionaire one day. So like I said, some of these are short term, some of these are long term. I will be a millionaire at retirement, if not sooner. I think it would be interesting to see how much sooner I could hit that point. Either financial independence or retire early. I don't know. It's a little harder to predict. I know a lot of the kind of the FIRE people have, you know, who have like $200,000 a year salaries can do like the calculations where they're like, well, if I work for 3 years, then I can retire early. And I'm like, I don't want to do that math. That's not going to work out well for me. And also, anytime I do kind of long-term predictions, those always get screwed up. I'm much more like a goal setting, and if I hit it I'll hit it when I hit it, and I'll be thrilled if it's sooner than I think it is. So like I said, definitely be a millionaire at retirement just based off of my retirement contributions, employer match, what I'm putting into my Roth IRA and investments. Easy, done. But I think it would be really cool to see how old I'll be when I make that happen. Maybe I can look back on this video and be like, huh, interesting, Sarah. No, it's not going to be in my 30s. I know that pretty much for sure, unless something real weird happens that I can't anticipate. But yeah, those are my next 5 big money goals. I feel like I'm kind of showing my whole Monopoly board here, and also all of the breaks in the board of I don't know exactly how I'm going to get there. There's not a super clear path, but it's something to shoot for. And I want you guys to think long term too. Back when I was paying off debt, I could only pretty much see the debt freedom milestone. I couldn't see anything beyond that. I didn't know if I wanted to go hard into investments. I didn't know if I wanted to do real estate. I didn't think about retirement. I just thought like to this point, and it was darkness and a brick wall beyond that. And I wish I had dreamed a little bit more, because it's really, really fun. So please let me know what you think of my next big money goals, and tell me what your big money goals are and your shoot for the moon, over the stars, World Series kind of stuff, dreams. I would love to hear from them. I always get inspired by you guys telling me about what you're working towards and what you've accomplished. And I just want to cheer for you, and thank you so much for cheering for me. And I guess that's it. I will see you guys next time. Bye.